Good morning, world. I am on a little shopping trip to in a Tesco. Normally on a Friday morning I go over to Llandovery and take my mum shopping, but she's not well this morning, so I'm going over to Tesco to get some stuff for us, and so we'll have a nice roast on Sunday and bits for the kids and whatnot. Maybe a little treat for me and her indoors. She must be obeyed. So I thought I'd bring you along for a little drive. As you can see, the weather is typically Welsh. But it's the nice thing about Wales, if you don't like the weather, give it 5 minutes, it will change. So there you go, see, just changed from being relatively dry to really wet. There we go. Well, I still haven't got the bike done because I've had a massive can't be bothered streak recently. We've had a lot of other stuff going on. We are getting our sheep up on our land. Sunday we've got to go out tomorrow. We've got some more fence posts we've got to replace, and then Sunday we're getting the sheep up there with the ram as well, so we'll have some lambs come spring, which will be good. That's the whole point of us moving here, was to have a small holding, which we have. So we got the goats, now we're getting the sheep. We've got to get the chickens set up in the garden and then get our veg patch going, which will be a very big veg patch, because the way things are going in the world, pretty soon we're not going to be able to go shopping, because we won't have a passport, a little bit of paper or something. We'll have a nice, probably a nice armband or something like that to say we're unclean, which is the way it's going at the moment, although a lot of people don't think it is. I firmly believe that it is. I think Australia is just the testing ground for how it's going to go everywhere. And if that doesn't scare you, you've got to have something mentally wrong with you. It's scary times at the minute. And you've got Australia building, what are they calling them? Quarantine camps. Yeah, quarantine camps. Because who didn't see that coming? No, it won't be long. I mean, they're not going to finish them all until 2024. So it gives you an idea of how long the pandemic's going to last. And I think round about 2024 they'll say, right, well, we've got all these unvaccinated people in these lovely little bungalows, so they're not contributing anymore. So what we'll do is we'll set them work tasks to help out the rest of the country, and we won't call it a quarantine camp anymore. Maybe we'll call it a labourers camp, because that's not been used before, has it? It's the whole world is a tad scary at the moment. We've taken both our kids out of school because we're not going to have them vaccinated, and no vaccinations, no indoctrinations. We've home educated our son for the last couple of years anyway, and we did when we were in Brighton as well. So now we're home educating our daughter, and thankfully in Wales the home education system is actually pretty good compared to Brighton. And our home educator bloke in Brighton was all about just get them in school, just get them into school. It's like, well, it doesn't suit him, so no. Whereas over here, they help a lot more. There's a lot more resources that they actually tell you about. So we figured it's the right thing to do. And our daughter, who's 11, was hitting the point since going back to school after the summer holidays, where it was tears every day. She didn't want to go. And to be honest, as a parent, that it breaks your heart, you know, going through that every morning, and then, you know, having her coming home and hugging everybody because she's missed us. Yeah, it's no good. It's not good for her mental well-being. Certainly it wasn't good for our mental well-being as parents. Nobody wants to see their kids in that sort of state, and if you do, then there's something wrong with you as well. So yeah, that's our news for now. We're home educating. We've got the small holding going, which we're ramping up. Our son wants to be a history lecturer anyway, so we have all the information as to what he needs to do. He's 13 now, so he's got a couple of years before he has to sit his exams. But we got all the information on what he needs to get decent results in, so that if he decides that he wants to go to college and then to university, he can. And if not, he doesn't have to. Whereas our daughter wants to work with animals, and we have a small holding. So what better education do you need? Obviously we still do maths, English, science. We don't do religious education, because that's something, if they get interested in religion, it's something that they can do. We're not going to tell them to do it. We're not going to tell them not to. So we thought we'd leave that one well out of the curriculum. So, and we got plenty of physical education, because we're going to have sheep up on the mountain, which means we have to walk up there 3 times a day, every day. And that'll get everybody a little bit fitter, because I don't know about the kids, but I need it, that's for sure. But yeah, as for the rest of the world, well, we're isolating ourselves a smidge. We don't like people anyway, so doing this and cutting ourselves off is it's not difficult for any of us, really. I don't particularly want to go to Tesco, but needs must, so that's what I'm having to do. And yes, I do have 3/4 of a tank of fuel, because I'm not completely retarded. I don't let my truck run down to empty and then go and fill up. Although this last time I didn't even know, because I don't watch the news, I don't read papers, none of that. So I had no idea about this alleged fuel shortage. There isn't a bloody fuel shortage. So I went down to fill up, and I had to go to 3 garages. This is last Friday. And ended up at Tesco's, where I had to sit for about 15 minutes and wait for a pump, because people panic buy. You know, I bet all the people in the petrol stations are the ones that have got 17,000 fucking toilet rolls, because, you know, the papers have said, oh look, it's fuel shortage, we must panic buy everything. I don't know. You be you. As I was once told, do yourself. Anyway, it's nice to get out of the house for a little bit. I haven't done this drive. For a while. This will be, used to do this every morning when we had the unit in Ammanford. I did think about popping in to see the guys at Fast Fix, but I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll go home and get in the garage and get all the midnight XS 1100 midnight stuff out and photograph all of that and get it up on eBay. I've got the LTD boxed up, so I need to get that photographed and get that on eBay. Create some more space. At some point I will pull my finger out my backside and get on with my XS with Spyro, but I'm not rushed now, you know. I'm not going to get to ride it this year, so there's no rush. And we got the E10 fuel now, so I'm going to have to fill it up with the premium, which is still E5, the same as this truck. It's going to have to be filled with premium now, so that's going to go from £100 a tank to probably 120 or 130. Good old government, because you just don't tax us enough. Anyway, I hope everyone's out there's doing all right, and I hope your mental health is all right. You're not cracking up too much. You know, talk to people, talk to your friends, even if it's on the phone. Just talk to somebody if you're feeling down. I've had my fair share of it, so has the wife. So sometimes you just need communication. I tend to communicate with people now via my GoPro and Discord. So big shout out to Simon on the Discord channel, the Church of the Opposite Lock, Reverend Simon Sideways, and all the guys on there. It's good for me to get on there. I mean, I go on there like every morning. I read through everything, comment on things that I feel that I need to comment on, and it's nice. I don't agree with everything that's on there, but you know, people shouldn't agree with everything that people say, because that's when you become sheep. You just follow the leader, which is what's happening with a large majority of the population of the world. Funny though, isn't it? Russia's been very quiet. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? If it doesn't, it probably should. Why has Russia been so quiet? Who knows? We can't talk about the thing you stick in your arm, because YouTube will probably delete our videos. So, but that's not scary at all, is it? Social media giants controlling the narrative, that doesn't worry anyone, does it? Your freedom's slowly but surely being ebbed away. You're all just gonna carry on. Some of you people, it's like, geez, you know, you're voting to have your liberties taken away. That's what is that all about? There you go. Bah! That's all I can say. Bah! People need to look into things a lot more than they do. Don't just believe what the mainstream media tell you. Don't just believe what you see on Faceache or Twitter. We shut our Faceaches down ages ago. Shut my Twitter accounts down, Christ, years ago, because it's a cesspool. Both of them, absolute cesspool. People have forgotten how to think, how to reason, how to investigate. Everyone's happy to let other people make up your minds. It's sad. It is sad. Like I said in one of my last videos, these grey aliens, man, they are people from the future. This is what happens to the human race, and they're coming back to find out where it all went wrong. I swear one day I'll be proved right about that as well. Everyone thinks I'm a nutter at the moment, but am I or am I not? There you go. Anyway, I'm getting to Tesco now, so I'm going to shut this off. And just a short little video. Don't know how long it's been, probably 5 minutes. But I'll try and get on here again. If this weather stays brightened up, I might go out in the garage later on and do some work on the midnight parts and the LTD, get them photographed, maybe do another little video, something a little more upbeat. We will see. It depends how much beer I have and what sort of mood I'm in. Anyway, be safe, be careful, do one thing each, oh excuse me, got wind, do one thing each day that scares you. Alright, love you all. Ta-da.